Elijah is sent by God to a Phoenician city, where a widow is about to make her last meal before dying of starvation. God miraculously multiplies her flour and oil, ensuring her sustenance throughout the entire famine. The story of the widow of Zarephath is found in the first book of Kings, chapter 17, and highlights divine providence and faith amid scarcity. Context of the famine in Israel. During the reign of King Ahab in Israel, a great famine struck the land as a result of the people's disobedience to God's commandments and widespread corruption. Elijah is sent by God. Amid the famine, God sends Elijah, the prophet, to a region outside Israel, to the city of Zarephath, where a widow would be tasked with sustaining him. The encounter with the widow. When Elijah arrives in the city of Zarephath, he finds the widow gathering sticks. He approaches her and asks for water and a piece of bread. The widow, in her distress, explains that she only has a handful of flour and a little oil, and that she was preparing a final meal for herself and her son before they died of starvation. God's promise. Elijah instructs the widow to make a bread for him first and then make something for herself and her son, promising that the flour and oil would not run out until the famine ended, according to God's word. Miracle of the flour and oil. The widow obeys Elijah's instructions, and miraculously, the flour and oil continue to multiply, sustaining Elijah, the widow, and her son throughout the duration of the famine. Death and resurrection of the widow's son. Later, the widow's son falls ill and dies. Elijah intercedes with God on behalf of the boy, and God hears his prayer, bringing the son back to life. This story of the widow of Zarephath is a powerful testimony of divine providence and faith in times of scarcity. It illustrates how God can use seemingly desperate situations to demonstrate His power and miraculously provide for those who trust in Him. Additionally, Elijah's care and compassion for the widow and her son highlight the importance of love for others and obedience to God's will.